I'll pray for you, you pray for me. With God on our side, we'll always be in love. Walk in love. As long as we stay, we will remain in His love. In His love. Trust and obey. For all our days, 28 days of love. You and me forever, forever. Together we will be forever. Together we will weather every storm. I celebrate you for today and for these 28 days. I will celebrate our love. 28 days of love. I'll pray for you, you pray for me. With God on our side, we'll always be in love. Walk in love. As long as we stay, we will remain in His love. In His love. Trust and obey. For all our days, 28 days of love. You and me forever, forever. Together we will be forever. Together we will weather every storm. I celebrate you for today and for these 28 days. I will celebrate our love. 28 days of love.
All right.
We are back. This is day 2.
28 days of love.
New keeps stealing my note, but I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him live. But anyway, tonight is day 2, and we have our
Special treat.
beautiful
Special treat
daughters.
for us.
Conversation with our daughters.
Yes. So we're going to be getting advice from my daughters about a marriage, about things they've seen and watched, and how marriage has influenced the choices that they make in theirs. So we're so proud of them and the things that are going on in their marriages and their relationships. So we figured if we could have that intimate and transparent conversation online with you all, that you would be able to gain more, from the whole idea of 28 days of love.
And also, you'll be able to listen to your children now and not have to wait till they get older.
Yes.
Maybe they can give you some advice now or some things now that they're noticing that you can fix now, or you can make even stronger.
Make it intentional as you're impacting them.
Yeah, so join us tonight at 6:30 right here on Launch with Kim and Dr. Nude on Facebook and on YouTube
with Launch 360 Space TV, and you click the live button and you can watch us live 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We'll see you then.
Well, welcome in, everybody, to 28 Days of Love.
28 Days of Love. You didn't sing your part, sir.
I sing my part. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
I hit my part. You hit your part. You got your part. I got my part.
I got my part. Portion. I got my spot.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 28 Days of Love. It is year 5, and this is day 2 of year 5 of 28 Days of Love.
Welcome in.
We are just when you sit back and you think, like, it doesn't seem like it's been 5 whole years, but it has. It has been 5 years, and we have talked with.
Seems like 5 years.
It does.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that to me.
Don't seem like that either?
No.
Oh.
Well,
you might be forgetting something.
Well, I'm thinking about when it first started, because I'm older than you. When we first started, and I'm thinking each night we talked with couples. So we did 28 days of couples. So we have talked with hundred couples.
Yep.
You know, well, almost maybe about 150.
A lot of people.
And then some of them.
Oh, we had some repeats. Got some repeats.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then we also had.
Is this the first time we had Kai and Tori? You know?
No, remember? Well, it wasn't 28 Days of Love.
Yeah, it was something else.
We had our daughters and our sons.
So we're in for a treat. We're in for a treat. Well, welcome in, everyone. This is 28 Days of Love. You're just joining us. You've never joined us before.
Samuel Carroll. Hey,
we come together for the month of February, and we celebrate marriage. We believe that marriage is the first institution that God put on the planet to further the kingdom of heaven. So we want to make it famous. We want to make it healthy. We want to do whatever we can so that individuals can thrive in this institution, because we know healthy marriages mean healthy children, mean healthy bank accounts, and healthy everything else. So that's what this is all about. Thank you for joining us. Listen, we have a couple of wonderful people on the screen before. I never saw them before. I don't know these people. Harpo. No, I'm just kidding.
These here the mercies.
So I don't know. How about you guys introduce yourself? We can start. So for me, in the upper
Why
right,
is your dad like all on my side?
Because I'm doing a Brett. So you want to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, or let's see where it flows from there.
Well, I'm Atory Dorm, mom of two amazing, beautiful kids, Ziggy and Rocky, living out in Houston, Texas now. Just in school now, getting ready to graduate with my criminal justice degree. And that's really it. Me and Big Rocky been together for 9 years now, and yeah,
9. Mm-hmm. Now that don't seem like 9 years.
See, you can't count. I had to get him back because after you tell me I was older than him.
That's about 3.
So that is my middle baby, but my baby. So that's our Atory Dorm, and the queen of the castle, the oldest. What she say? My first, my last, my everything. Remember she used to always say that? Yeah. The answer to all my dreams, as she used to say. Go ahead, Scoop.
I'm Akai Uhl. I am a mother of 2 also, and I've been married for 11 years to Clarence Uhl, and I don't know, I'm Kai. I do a lot of cool stuff, but for the most part, right now I'm also in classes too. So I'm proud of myself. So there's that, and I'll be able to counsel, Christian counseling. So that's about it for right now.
And those are all great things. I'm super proud of my girls.
I love it.
We have another daughter, Monique, who was unable to come tonight. She was supposed to send us her notes.
Yeah, she didn't send them. Monique Danielle.
She says, I can send you my notes.
That's Mo.
But it's all good. Yeah. We're so glad to have our oldest and our middle young, as I can say, my youngest and our middle girls on. And we had them on a show we did years ago. And we were just in the process of starting
COVID,
our ministry. Mm-hmm. We were just starting it online and just trying to get at that time, to the bottom gut truth of parenting. We were talking about parenting and raising children and the mistakes that parents made. We talked about that. And so they kept it all the way real with us, all the way. And so tonight we're talking more. Your aunt is saying annoying, but tonight we're going to talk about marriage and relationships. And actually, I think it's pretty brave, and it's very kingdom centered when you can bring your children on and they can share even their experiences of what they thought marriage was, what marriage is to them, and how they manipulate that in their homes or
Taking it farther.
relationships, how they've grown from learning whatever they learned, you know, from us, and built whatever they built in their own homes.
So we put some questions out, but before we kind of talk about those questions,
hello,
I have
Tanya.
a question for you two. But let's just say hi to some of the folks.
Let's say hi to the people
right now. So we have Samuel Carroll. Good to see you, my man.
Hi, Samuel. We know you got to get that project done, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for logging in. And we have Llewellyn Coleman.
She says, hi, my nieces.
How you doing today? Tori, what's going on, Tori? Not Tori. And
Tori Grimm.
We have Tori Grimm going on. So there's another Tori before you, Tori Grimm. There's the official Tori called Atory.
And hi, there's Martella. Hi, Martella.
Yes.
And hi, Latanya. That's Jade's mom. And Pastor Jay. Hi, Pastor Jay.
There's a girl I grew up with who's Latanya King. The same exact name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought it was her from back in the day.
No, that's Jade's mom. And then there's Brooklyn Walling. Hi, Brooklyn. Don't start tonight. But no, thank you all so much for coming on.
No, that wasn't me.
Thank you guys for coming on. We appreciate it so much.
Did you say hi to Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Okay. Brooklyn in
This first week, we were just pretty much doing some groundwork. Yesterday, we started out with talking about before marriage.
Right.
And then this was like the best time for us to talk with our kids.
Right.
I keep calling them our kids, but they're grown-ups, but they're still our kids, about their relationships and what they learned and how they then developed and did what they did.
So as we kind of set this up, I want to ask Atory and Kai, I didn't give you this question, but why did you agree to come on 28 Days of Love and talking about what we're going to talk about tonight?
Because you're my parents and you asked me to.
I just love the raw real.
So we got crowd, we got a little crowd.
And I'm just in support of anything that you guys are doing, and I want to be a part of it as much as I can. So anything you ask and need, I am willing and happy to do it.
Look, she's trying to make my allergies.
No, but her allergies will act up too.
They're
already acting.
Something in my
I'm good. I'm good right now.
She's good right now. She says she's good right now.
So what are you the same Kai or anything different?
Nope, I'm the same.
Outstanding. And that's likewise. I think, we try to be there as much as we can for our children as well. So I wanted people to kind of hear, I figured you'd say something like that. And the reason why I figured that is because I know you two, and you, so in my opinion, I'm not sure you know how powerful you are. I'm not sure that you know what you're given, the message that you're given when you're just being you. So, I mean, I've known you, since Atory was 10 years old. And so, 26 years or so, I've known you two. And I know you to be powerful, like on the low, and until you want to step to the front, then you step to the front. So I know that you have some nuggets and you have some seeds. You have some things that are going to really help some folks in ways that we cannot. So that's why we offered you and wanted you to be on. So thank you for coming. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there listening, these are our two girls, and we want to talk a little bit about marriage itself, and really kind of put ourselves out there in our family, 778 days. Because there was some good, there was some bad, and there was some ugly, and that good, bad, and ugly all work together. Work together. And I say this often, if you ever watch us on Airstrike, I say that our children, every single one of them, have surpassed us in many areas of our lives when we were the same age. So it's like amazing to watch what they're doing. And so I want that was me saying that to you guys, kind of, but acting like I wasn't saying it to you.
At
At the same time, but I do. I say it all the time. So we're watching, but I want to know when we were here in 778, and I don't know if I gave you this question or not, but
here he comes with his own questions, y'all.
But
it's okay.
there was some good, some bad, and some ugly, and I think we should just go hit it right to the core. So, what were some of the things you saw in our marriage, either how I was towards Kim or Kim was towards me, or how we were all together, that you today say, you know what, I'm not doing that, or I'm doing that differently? So while you're thinking, I'll give you an example. So I watched my mom and my dad from the time I was early high school. My mother and father slept in different rooms. There was always my dad's stuff and my mom's stuff. And I said, I don't want to do that. Why be married? So just things like that. But on the other hand, there was this inseparable divide. You couldn't get between them.
Right.
Only they could get between. Know. So I mean, so were there some things that you saw in this house that really shaped your thinking towards your own relationship? Not just in the beginning, but now that you're a little bit mature in that relationship. Because in the beginning, you say, I'm not going to do this. And then you say, well, maybe I am.
I will say you two were very good with holding people accountable. For instance, we may not have known that you were holding each other accountable for whatever actions you were doing, but it was still happening. So that was something that, like when I was a kid, I used to be kind of mad, like, why isn't she saying anything to him? Or why isn't he saying anything to her? But you guys were. It just wasn't presented in front of us. So it made it feel like you guys were hiding something. But now as a mom, sometimes you gotta hide things. So that kind of answered both questions. Yes, I didn't like it when I was a kid that I felt like you were hiding things from us. But then as children and as a mom, you have to protect your children. And I feel like you guys were doing it to protect us.
Yes. Love that.
That's so true. How about you, Kaji?
I did what Tori said. I think that's super cool. But the one thing that always stuck out to me was the support that you guys gave. Both of you guys gave to all of us, like sporting events and stuff. I don't really remember you guys not being there, even with your busy schedules, right? Especially when you guys were both in school and working 4 times and taking care of all of us. You didn't make it seem like we were a burden to support us in those events. And so for me, when it came to the girls and even with Clarence, like that was like one of the big things that I stressed. Like, I'm being there for my kids. Like we going together. I don't care if we're the only people there, we're going to, because that was such an impact. Like we have to show up. I don't care what our lives are, we have to let them know that we're their number one cheerleader.
I love that.
Y'all about to make me boo-hoo because you don't even think your kids pay attention to that stuff.
No.
So
I used to like to go and say Scoochie, and she hit the toe touch for me.
So
or the double 9.
Look,
or was that Tori with the double 9?
Let me let him finish. Because he's gonna talk about every memory.
I almost fell out of a mount when he did that.
Huh?
I almost fell out of a mount. I was doing the kiss out, and he said, Scoochie, and I looked down. I was like,
So for me, as a mom and in our marriage, so let me just say this, because I know people are like, well, wait, isn't this 28 Days of Love? Well, love in a relationship, when you're married and you have a blended family, you blend this thing together. Here's the other thing. Most times marriages happen, people get married, then they have children. Well, our situation was, I already had my children. He already had his children. We didn't really know each other. So everything we had to do to learn what we teach people today in our marriage counseling, we had to do in front of our children. So I had to get to know
We had to mess it up.
who he was. He had to get to know who I was. Yeah, you're right. We really was a hot mess, but we worked to fix it, and it was not easy. And I think that was the reason that God, as funny as he is at times, has such a humor at times, that I'm going to take you all through these things, and then you're going to come out and you're going to share your testimony with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, I didn't know that you guys paid attention.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I should know. I know Tori is very inquisitive and she'll be quiet. She watches. Akai, you can't really tell if she's paying attention because she just keeps it moving. But I had no idea that you guys were watching those things and took that as influence. I just, that blows my mind.
Something I say in my house all the time. I'm like, no, my mom and my dad came every single thing we going. We ain't missing not one game.
Yeah.
We did.
And you know, and it was our fun. You know,
it was fun.
It was our fun, you know, like we got to go and be loud and act up and, you know, and all the things. But it was also I knew that you having support and you knowing that somebody viewed you up here, when life gave you what it was going to give you, you would be able to keep your head above water and keep it pushing to whatever was next.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I think I learned from my dad. So my mother never came to anything that I did, but my dad was at everything. Sitting there with his afro and his tie on, sitting in the bleachers. I would look up and I could count on him being there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we wanted. We wanted you two to be able to count, not just you two, but all of you
guys
to be able to count on us
showing up,
there, you know.
And you know we're there because you could hear us.
We're gonna be loud about it.
We're gonna be loud.
So if we piggyback off that question, tell us or tell the folks, how important do you think it is for people to see healthy marriages and relationships?
You want to go first, Tori?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mama.
I think it's important, but then on the other hand, I don't want people to think that you have to witness a healthy marriage to build one. Like, it is very important. I'm not taking that away, but like, there's plenty of people who like learn what not to do and to be intentional within their space and their relationship. Like, there's so many other avenues that you can look at to build a healthy relationship that is not like standing right in front of you. So yes, it is very important to see it, but if you don't see it, you can still build one.
Love it. And so just to say, everyone, I think Tori told us that there's a storm in Houston. So if you hear her cutting in and out, it might be the storm. So just, you know, listen closer.
I think it's important to see healthy marriages because as a little girl, for me, I imagined what love was supposed to be, right? That wasn't real. And then, you know, growing up, that went away. So I'm pulling from what I imagined, the things that I saw, my own experiences, and that created complete toxicity, you know? And so in my first marriage, thumbs down, 10 out of 10, do not recommend, but I went through it, right? And now I'm in this marriage now, and we had to start pretty much from scratch, but with a whole bunch of baggage, right? And we didn't know what we were doing. I just knew what I wasn't doing again, right? And so, like Tori was saying, you know, just because you don't see it doesn't mean that you can't build it. And so me and Clarence were able to build, and I made a very conscious decision that in this marriage, I was going to reach out for help. I wasn't going to be silent like I was the first time. And so in doing so, I was able to recognize my own triggers, my own thoughts, and my own failures, and then learn how to let go of things so that I could see the beauty in the man that God has given me this time, and in myself, and what I had to give. So I hope that answered the question. I just
It
be going on
does.
a
It does. It does. So, can I want to circle back to Tori because she opened a can of worms. So I don't necessarily have to see. What if I don't see a healthy marriage? What if I don't see? So you said that there's other avenues and other things and some choices you can make for yourself. So help us. Like where's some places I can look? What are some clues? What are some keys? What are some things I can do if I'm not exposed to a healthy marriage to make healthy choices in my relationship?
Like therapy, setting your own boundaries, like having a partner that's conscious, like that knows that the intention is that you want to connect this way, like you want to support each other this way. Those are a few ways that I think that, because I feel like growth doesn't really require a model sometimes. So we're all this compass. We know what's good, we know what's bad. So if you are trying to create good within your relationship, you know the tools to create good within your relationship, and you know when they go bad. So
yeah,
I love that. I
want to ask the question. Let's move on to a little bit about communication, because Akai did talk about, what she had made a decision that she was not going to, she decided she was not going to do what she did before. And then her and Clarence started from the ground up. Newt and I, when we counsel people, we really push the communication piece. What things you agree on, what things you disagree with, what you guys are going to establish in your relationship. Tell me, Akai, what, maybe you didn't start these in the very beginning, but what are those key things that you feel are extremely important in regards to communicating with your spouse?
I definitely did not do it in the beginning because I was very assertive and aggressive and defensive, right? Because of fear and trauma, right? So I couldn't hear clear. My filter was all dirty. I had to get some cleaning so that I could hear him correctly, right? And then also express myself in a healthy way so that he could understand that I wasn't trying to attack him, right? Or shut him down and emasculate him, right? And so what I've learned is that it's okay to be an assertive speaker, right? We want you to be assertive, not aggressive, right? And then I also learned that listening and active listening. Oh, I hear you saying this. Okay, this is what I heard you say. This is how I'm receiving it. Is this what you meant? If not, I need clarity because I received it this way. I feel this way when you talk to me. Use your eyes. Don't say, well, you did this and you did. No, because that causes more friction when all you're trying to do is get clarity, right? So if I'm trying to get clarity, I need to take responsibility for the fact that I'm not hearing you right. Me, right? Sometimes we want to blame the speaker, and the speaker does have to take responsibility. Sometimes they're not explaining things correctly or in a way that the listener can hear, right? And they have to adjust too. But if it's a consistent thing where I'm not getting it, then I have to take ownership. Okay, I'm not hearing that. Okay, this is how I feel when I hear that. This is what's going on with me. And so active listening and recognizing that this is my partner. He's not trying to hurt me. This man just wants the best for me. So take off your gloves, Kai. Get out the rain and go give him a hug and just relax. So that helped me a lot.
Yeah, I like that, especially with the fact that she's saying she had to talk to herself. Those are you guys have some skills and strategies that when we first got married, we didn't have. Just like you started all over in front of your kids. As a matter of fact, that's what we were doing too, in front of you guys, trying to figure that thing out. I want to ask Tori a question. I know you have something. So Tori, remember how we used to have those family meetings? Remember, we would have that family meeting. We'd have this Newt was always the leader of the family meeting. Now, sometimes those family meetings could weigh differently. I want to know from you, what did you take that may have been beneficial from those family meetings? And what did you realize that I may not do that, but I may do that? Tell me how that worked for you, the family meetings.
To be completely honest, the time when we were doing the family meeting, I feel like I was in a very rebellious stage in my teen years. So I really didn't hear most of the meetings. I would tune you guys out a lot of the time, and I would kind of only speak. I was trying to get smart. I knew I wasn't going to get in trouble for getting smart. So what I will say is I do family meetings. All right, is my listening? I don't know. And I don't remember what you guys were talking about, but we probably talk about the same thing. So
you said you do family meetings?
Yes, the meeting itself is important, but I can't tell you what we talked about.
That's okay. The fact that you're doing family meetings, because we weren't the mission is accomplished. It wasn't what we said that you take with you. It's what we did, and then you create your own world. And I love that you are doing meetings.
So at the time, as an adult, you got to remember when you were a child. So I was super rebellious, and I knew how to turn stuff out. So I knew no one was really hearing everything you said. But the idea was to teach engagement. That if whatever's going to happen here, if it's going to be solved, we're going to solve it together. And that was kind of the point. Even though most of the time I was probably the problem, but if we're going to solve this, we're going to solve it together. And that was really the point of the family meetings, so that we knew we had power and control in our own space. And it sounds like you carried that on with you.
Let me just touch base with the audience a bit. Hey, you guys, what we're doing is giving you an example of something that maybe you can do prior to your kids turning into adults.
Yeah.
Like Newt and I did have those meetings, and there were times when they said what they needed to say, but I would say, let your guard down. I wish that I could have let my guard down more. I didn't know how to, but now I do. And so I'm sharing with you all, let your guard down. Hear what your kids are saying to you, because they probably be coming up with some real good ideas or some real good suggestions then that can save you a lot of I'm sorry's later. So, a lot of them.
Two things. I'm going to ask Kai and Tori. Kai, do you do family meetings or anything of that sort in your house?
Not like big ones. We meet with them every now and then if we need to discuss things, but it's usually just on a need to know basis.
So I'm going to circle back around and kind of ask you guys to kind of describe how that happens. Like, what is your strategy, your method to your madness? But before I do that, I want to explain to everyone listening kind of what the family meeting was. Like I said, it was a time where we addressed the issue and we talked about whatever that issue was. It was a time where the children were supposed to be able to communicate their piece, and we communicate ours. And just that kind of flat, just what it was. So if you don't know what a family meeting is, that's what it was in our house. That's how we kind of used it. So I'm curious to hear how Tori and Akai kind of do that in their house and what it looks like. And if you're listening, take some notes from them, because maybe you'll get some ideas of how you can adopt this in your house as well.
So my family meetings, typically, they probably come like after disagreements that Rocky and I have. So because the kids are listening, they hear everything that we say.
Right.
And I wouldn't be smart to leave them out of it, because they're curious, and especially being a teenager who wants to kind of know what's going on. So a lot of time, Rocky and I, we have our disagreement, we tackle our disagreement, and then we the kids heard everything, we'll have a meeting about what was going on. Let them know we're good, we're okay. The disagreement, but this is why the meeting happened. If it has something to do with the kids, we'll tell them it had something to do with the kids. If it has something to do between us that's appropriate for him to understand, we'll tell him that too. We're very very open in that aspect of what is happening, so that we're all clear and there's like no surprises, because there used to be a lot of surprises in our family before, and it would leave the kids very confused. Well, Ziggy very confused. So it's like, I don't want any more surprises. I want him to see what's coming just as much as I want to see what's coming. So typically our meetings happen after some type of disagreement or conversation that the adult has.
That's good.
So they're not really for you to lay down the law. They're a medium of communication
and understanding. That's good.
Okay. So I know Lil Rocky gonna say what she gonna say anytime, but like I know Zion's a little different. Do the children talk back in this meeting, or is it kind of just listening? Like, how's that?
If he wants, sometimes he does. Ziggy is kind of like me. He's an observer. He's just kind of taking it all in. If he feels like he needs to say something, then maybe he will. But the floor is open, and the floor is open.
Okay.
The floor is open.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Kai.
Yeah, our family meetings are kind of like what Tori was saying, and adding on to that, the kids can call them too. So Kamaya, we all know Kamaya, right? Okay, so good sis is going to say, I need to talk to y'all. Y'all ain't listening, and it can start like that. Y'all not listening to me. Okay, well, what you want to talk about? And she'll lay it all out, and we'll listen, and we'll go, are you ready to hear? Because it's a give and take thing. So
right.
But you gotta be prepared, and that's one of the things I'm real big on with the girls. You gotta have tough skin because y'all got a lot of mouth, so you gotta be able to handle what somebody has to say back, right? So it's a give and take. So sometimes it's just ironing out what they don't maybe agree to, maybe a rule, right, in the household, maybe the interaction that I have with their dad, right? Maybe the interaction I have with them. They might not agree with it and they want to talk about it. That's fine. We can talk anytime. There's no set day for a family meeting. I could call one, Claire could call one, girls could call one, it doesn't matter. Okay. It could just be with one person, or it could be with all four of us, or it could just be with three people. It doesn't matter. It's open. It's I would say just open communication at all times.
That's good.
So everything's on the table. There's no consequence or anything for what's put out there. It's just, let's get this on the table, sort it out, and see what we're going to do with it. Is that what I'm hearing from both of you?
That's good.
Yeah, but I will add to that. Yes, that is what you're hearing. But what I had to learn is that because I like something one way doesn't mean my partner does. Right. So my partner might not like it being that open where the kid can express whatever he wants in the way that he wants to. And then I'm on the other hand saying, let it go, let him flow, let him talk. So that is another balance within the relationship that we had to figure out, because I like it this way, he might like it this way. That might be disrespect to him. And to me, it's just him being vulnerable and open. So that also is something that we had to take into consideration.
So talk that a little bit more. Good. Unpack that a little bit. How does that figure out look?
So how it looks now, it didn't always look good. Before it would cause another argument. If my partner felt like the kid said something that was inappropriate, or I agreed with something that the kid said that we already kind of discussed. But now I think we're both we're both in a different place now that we can understand that this is open ground. So he had to grow and realize that this is a space that this family meeting is in. And then I also had to understand I need to be a little sensitive to how he's receiving the information.
I love that. It
is so, for those of you who are also joining, marriage is a give and take. Relationship is a give and take. It's not just about what you want. It's not all about you. And that means that there are times when you are going to say absolutely nothing and let whatever happened, let it happen. You go back and address it later. There are ways, there are times. Everything doesn't have, what's the scripture to say? Everything, all things are lawful, but not expedient.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and deal with something immediately just because it hit you that way. Nope, get yourself together, give yourself some time, and go and have that conversation and figure out what's in the best interest of the relationship. You are not my enemy.
Right.
I am not your enemy. We are partners here. We are on the same team. We're on the same side. And so as you and I are sitting beside each other, we may not agree on every little thing, but one thing we do agree on is that this here is going to remain. And so even if it means he might not like something that someone else or one of the kids did, or I may not have, we had that conversation. We might have addressed the kids, but we then had that conversation later, because here's the thing to remember: when you have a blended family, although the children come in with you to the family, your marriage is to that person. The covenant is to here. This is the covenant this way. It's not this way, because those children are being raised to go and establish their own. So you help them, you grow them, you teach them, you show them, but your relationship here, this is what has to come together. And that, I think, a lot of times what is a misconception when children are growing in blended families, like, well, I was here first before he came, or I was here first before she came. And that may be true. It's not forgetting you, but there's another a link here in this chain, and it's growing wider, and you have to also understand that. So teaching your children that is extremely important.
And as to the daughter, I'll touch on that a little bit, but Tori opened up a can of worms I want to dig into a little bit more.
Tori, you got lots of worms today. Lots of cans.
Tim talked about the children, but I want to talk to the adults for a minute. So as a stepfather, I step in. I step into a path that's already taken place, and my job is not to control a thing, is not to change a direction, but it is to enhance what's happening. It is to get behind and give some more momentum. Where maybe before you might have been going 5 miles an hour, and just metaphorically. So I'm able to give a little push, and now you can go 8 miles an hour. So what we have to understand as adults, and we step in blended families in particular, is that it's not about us, and I had to learn this, about controlling the path. How I see the path is not the only way that path exists.
Not the only way.
So I have to humble myself to the existing culture and see what I can add to it. Because like Kim said, we raise them to go. So when they leave, me as a step parent, this is Newt's pride. I don't know if good or bad, but I'm just saying it out loud. When the children left our house, I wanted them and everybody else watching to know that they were better off because they were in this house that I stepped in and had a part of, or that she stepped in and had a part of, than they would have been before. So that's just, I'm being transparent.
Okay.
But that's just how I felt. So, so I'm gonna work hard to do that,
So leaving a situation better than when you found it. Okay, I can respect that.
So my point is, it's not all on the children. It's on us as adults, and we can create that path. But I want to ask you this, Tori, because I was going to ask this question. I was going to say, how do you kind of handle change when one or both of you are evolving? And you kind of touched on that when you said, in the beginning, that didn't work so well, but we're in a different space now. And a lot of people, when we first get married, we don't factor in the change that's going to happen. I'm going to get the plug in a second. I left my plug out, but we're in a place, where we don't expect that change. So talk about how do you support each other, or how do you handle change when one or both of you are evolving from one place of maturity to another? And I'll be right back.
Okay. For me, change brings up a lot of feelings. Like I get stuck on who people were when I met them. And like letting go of that version of somebody is like harder than expected, because sorry, that's the dog. If you guys hear the dog.
Oh, that's okay.
Like it's very hard to let go of who you met and what you loved about them when you met them. But like I also love like him to be able to grow. Like I love the fact that he wants to evolve. I love the fact that he wants more for himself, but like struggling with my partner's like evolution in a sense, like is very, very hard. But it doesn't mean that I don't support them. I'm just having it's like an attachment situation. Like I'm attached to who you were. So changing from what I remember you to be this person is like kind of grieving in the same sense. It's like you're grieving this relationship that you once knew, but you're also having to choose a new person in a sense. So how I dealt with that is just literally understanding that this version of him is the new version of him. And that's what it is. He's not going to be who I remember him to be 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago. Right. And it's okay for growth to happen in that perspective. So
I love the fact that
hard.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying that for me, it's very hard.
So she mentioned it was almost like grieving because that person who you knew then. Wow. So check this out. This is like so good because Newt and I, knowing it, we talked the first night about who we were in the very beginning. That was their representative. That's the best part of themselves that they showed you.
My Superman.
And they're Superman. And then what happens is once we start to establish that relationship, the Superman doesn't have to be on all the time. Clark Kent then comes out. The Superman puts his costume away and he pulls it out when needed. But who I have and who I love is the Clark Kent, good, bad, or not. As Clark Kent is being formed and developed. You're right, Tori. It is a grieving process because you're like, no, I want you to stay that same person that did this and that. Like if always that would be the case, every 2 weeks, remember Newt would bring me flowers. I ain't seen them flowers in a minute, but but what he does, shots fired, he said. But what he does goes way beyond the flowers.
We're gonna fix it up now.
No. I'm keeping it real. I said this last year. What he does goes way beyond the flowers, and it's an aroma that I can smell every day. It's not that I have to wait for 2 weeks. The aroma of the relationship I smell every day. Wub says you're slipping. Stop it, Wub. But Tori, I love that you said it's a grieving. So do you guys hear this? You ladies, people who are thinking about getting married, get your feet get yourself braced. Get ready for the changes that are going to occur. They're going to happen. Who you saw when you were dating is going to evolve into who God is forming them to be. The marriage goes through those stages. It's the forming, storming, norming, and performing. And so you're going to see when they get into the storming part of the relationship, there are dips, things start to change. And marriage goes through those things. Relationships goes through, what's the first one? Is it forming? When you form the relationship, then you go through the storm of it. And guess what? That can be a good 10 years. And then things start to normalize, the norming of the relationship, where you get used to it, starts to come up. And then after that, the performing, because it's easy now. It is an easy love. It's an easy relationship. Please believe me. You kids saw Newt in forming and then storming. You guys, no, they were here during the storming part.
We're both stubborn. That storming is
crazy. Okay. So you were here during the storming part, and then as you guys were leaving and going out, we were just getting into the norming. So that's what you're dealing with. That's what it is to her. I love what she said.
Yeah, I want to kind of bring Kai into this because I know Akai. I know that
on my end,
I know Clarence is a different person than he was when you met him, and I know you're a different person.
Absolutely.
And what's it, 10, 11 years? You guys been married. So I think it's been that long, right? It's been 11
years.
So tell me, I want you to tell me because you're introspective this way. What do you think your responsibility or his responsibility has been to you or you to him in that evolving process?
Well,
Did you have any at all?
yeah, well, at first, absolutely, I had my view of how I was supposed to be involved in his growth,
Mhm.
right? Because I like to fix things, right?
Mhm.
I like to put my hands to stuff and make it look perfect in my mind. And so if I see something that doesn't look right, it seems like out of whack, I got to put it together. And so while he was, what was the first one? Forming, storming,
Yeah.
right? Forming, I'm like, oh, let me jump in there and form him too, right? And then what ended up happening is I brought on Storm before it was time for the storming because I'm trying to form him and it ain't time for him to form yet all the way. That's his process. So I end up putting myself in his process, and I evaded my own, right, because it was easier. And so it was easier for me to step away from my process and jump in his, and keep myself busy so that I don't have to pay attention to the things that I needed to form in myself.
So good.
And over time, right? Thank God for my mom and my sister because very candid, especially Tori. Me and her are very, very candid about you need to chill out. You need to stop and you need to relax. And so that helped me recognize my own stuff, right? And I got a chance to take a step back and get some counseling. And after a while, I was able to see that, okay, God, he don't need your help. My mom would say that a lot. He doesn't need your help. You
Amen.
don't need you don't need to fix him. And so recognizing that I didn't need to fix him, I was able to then look at myself and recognize what I needed to deal with. And in doing that, I got to, again, back to what I said at the beginning, I got to see the beauty in who he was from the beginning. It was always there. But I was looking at it the way that I wanted to look at it because I wanted to control things because of a lot of my life was out of control. Things were out of control. So
Mhm.
in this relationship that I'm choosing this relationship. Oh, it's going to be controlled because I'm not doing it.
Right.
And in reality, I couldn't control anything. I couldn't even control myself. And so when I finally let go, I'm able. I think we're starting to get into the normalcy part for
Mhm.
Clarence and I, because we're in whole different space with our daughters being in college. So there's a lot of normal things happening for us, and
Right.
I'm able to step back and smell the roses
Right.
and realize we're there the entire time.
Right. Right.
So here's the other thing. I want all of you guys who are young and married to prepare yourself. This is what happens after you get to that performing part. Then there's the next level of your relationship and it starts all over. There's a new normal, new forming. Then there's a new norming. Then there's a new, all of these things. It just keeps going. Level it glory to glory to glory to glory. And as your relationship continues to develop, you're moving into different love languages. You start to understand each other in another way.
Yeah.
And this relationship is now still forming. It is storming.
Kind of like it gets new again.
It gets new again.
So you have to grieve that season.
Yes.
Like Tori said, you have to grieve that one now.
Yep.
I'm looking at a whole nother person.
A whole nother person.
You remember in science, the Pangea, with the Earth used to be all one continent, and then they moved it apart into 7 continents. It's called tectonic plate shifting. That's what happens as your relationship matures.
Yes.
It's called storge love.
Yes.
It's like the tectonic plates shift,
Mm-hmm.
and what you saw and understood, it doesn't look like that anymore. So you start all over, but you're better at it.
Yes.
You're better at it now.
You've understood this thing.
We've got to get ready to go, but I want to ask, because Tori does, she does this to me anyway. This is how I communicate with her. She makes me think. you said something, and I know this about you, that you're a good manager, you're a good organizer. That's kind of some of your gifts, your skills. So Kai talked about how the disarrayness happens in a marriage, this out of control kind of thing. How do you handle that as an individual who likes sequence and organization?
Yeah, I'm a big avoider though. If it does not align properly, or I want to avoid the whole thing. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be near it. I just want to completely avoid it. That's truly how I do it. I want to avoid it, but my partner, on the other hand, has to talk about it right now. And that is where we struggle a little bit, because I feel like the more I don't talk about it, it'll go away. And but it doesn't. It blows up eventually because you are not talking about it. And I also learned, like, in my avoidance, I really had to teach myself, like, okay, this is just a hard season. This is not a hard marriage. Like, this is a hard season. It's not a hard marriage. So that has helped me, like, try to avoid those moments, because if all I have to do is talk about it. But it's something with me communicating and talking about it, and I guess being vulnerable in a sense, is very hard for me. So that is still something that I am truly working on.
Got it.
That was, you said the key word, vulnerable, being vulnerable. One of my issues was that instead of my vulnerability would come out with, I might fight you or I might argue with you instead. So, because that was my way of protecting myself, that was my shield of protection. Instead of just saying, you know what, you got to look at this situation again. They're not really trying to hurt you. They really are loving you. Just be a part of the conversation and control your feelings. Don't let the emotions be the leader of the conversation.
That's easier said than done.
Yes, but if you talk to yourself first, if when you prepare yourself for something, it's like preparing your lunch first. Your lunch is packed. You can just get in your bag and dig. But if you prepare your bags in your relationship, and you about to have if we're about to have a meeting, I can tell myself, okay, he's going to be all wound up and stuff. Just let him go and wait. And there's times when I'll just sit there and stare for a while, and he'll do the stare too. Because man down. It just depends. Code 10. It just depends. It depends on the topic. When it's about our kids, we get a little more, protective. But we just have to get bags.
Can I add this to it? Like, I think when you're in a relationship with somebody for a long time, you see different versions of that person. So it's like, there was a time in my relationship I was in survival mode the entire time. So when you're trying to transition from being in survival mode to being safe, sometimes in that safe space, when a conversation or disagreement or something comes up, you go back to that survival mode. So that is also probably where the shutdown comes from, is because I remember this situation in the past. I remember how it was handled in the past. I know I'm safe now, but what if I'm not? So
I love that. That is so wise.
So let me say this. What if you're not? And so guess what? You might not be in that situation, but you are still safe. God still has me. And I think that's the thing we have to realize. What if this all doesn't pan out like I wanted? Either way, I'm safe. God, I'm okay. Still has me.
Can I say something too, or no?
Yeah, we want you to talk.
So I like that part when you said God still has me, but also what Tori was saying about like not feeling safe and then safe, right? Sometimes I know for Akai, I wasn't safe a lot of the time. So going through that place was it was troublesome. It was just troublesome because a lot of things that would come up, it would remind me, it would look like, it would smell like what I went through, right? It would look, smell like what I went through. And even though I would tell myself and prepare myself, Kai, okay, you guys are going to talk about this because I like to deal with it immediately. Don't play, don't waste my time. Please don't. And, my husband he likes to deal with it also, but he likes to wait just a little bit, but we're going to deal with it. And so that in of itself it would trigger me to feel like this is about to blow up,
Yeah.
right? That space of waiting felt like unsurety for me, which made me feel like things were out of control. It was almost like a snowball. Even though I would tell myself, Kai, you're safe, that place I had to divorce myself from.
There it is.
Yes. There you go.
I was married to being unsafe. I was married to being a victim because I was a victim. But it also became a place of my comfortability. It became normalcy.
There you
Being
go.
a victim became a normal place for me to the point where I felt safer being a victim because I knew all the ins and outs of being a victim and being
understanding this.
Right. Yeah, being safe was so unsure. Being safe was so broad. What does this entail? What does this entail? I'm scared to go through that, even though I'm okay with it. I want it so desperately. I'm afraid to take the first step. But when I recognized I had to divorce being unsafe, I had to come out of agreement with being unsafe and being a victim. I said, "Whoa, Kai, you over here you just being crazy. This is just plumb crazy." Because when you tell someone else it, you can see how they can get out of it. But when you are perpetuating the violence for yourself, that's a whoa.
Right.
Right. And so now on the other side, I am recognizing and I am actively walking in a healthy life.
Right.
Mentally, emotionally, and physically. And it is new, it is scary, but I am enjoying it and I'm recognizing the beautifulness of being safe and how the colors are more vibrant when I recognize being safe is actually a cool thing.
Right. So I want to say to everyone,
so good, guys.
If it's okay if we go a little longer to 7:30, because there are two questions that I definitely want you two to answer. And it looks like Kim just found something else, but I want to take what Kai just said and put it in teacher terms, okay? So what she just talked about was behavioral and brain research. When we as adults, as human beings, when we've experienced something for a long time, we remember it. And anything that looks like, tastes like, smells like that thing, our brain goes through its Rolodex or its hard drive. It remembers it, brings it to the front of our brain, and it says, what did I do before to survive this?
Yep.
And even if that thing that we did before wasn't comfortable or whatever, I survived because our primitive brain says fight or flight. That's we're designed to survive. So if I survived it, I tend to do the same thing again. And if I do that same thing again enough times, now it becomes a habit, a learned behavior.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm conditioned to a thing that's not healthy for me. Right? But it's safe because I understand it, because my brain said, well, you survived when you did this before. So how you break that is exactly what Kai said. Kai used the word divorce yourself from it, come out of agreement. So I'm just going to say real plain, if you read the literature, it just says do something different.
Do something different.
Just do something different than you've done before.
Yeah.
And then do that again.
And do it again.
So you can unlearn a behavior and teach yourself that it's okay to do something different.
Yeah.
I don't have to be stuck in this circle.
I don't have to be scared.
Yes.
I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to live life as a victim. I don't have to. I don't have to be worried.
Right.
I don't have to worry about anything. Instead, I can pray about it. Tell God. He listens and hears me. So those are things. And then the other part is giving that relationship a real chance.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, because of the memory of the heart heartache, the trauma, the brokenheartedness, all of that, we will shut down, and the relationship doesn't get a real chance. I mean, Newt going through that addiction, many people wouldn't have given that relationship a chance. I gave the relationship a real chance. And the outcome of what God has done is beautiful. That's why I said these are flowers that I can smell all the time. And so what I'm saying, when we divorce that thing, what Akai said, we divorce being unsafe, we divorce being a victim, we divorce feeling that fear and that hurt, give the relationship a real chance.
Yes, but it's very important that you do something different. Like Kai said, she walks consciously. That doing something tells your mind that I can do something. I can. Different. Just saying it, just professing it, declaring it, praying about it.
Do it.
It's good, but not enough.
Yes.
You literally got to do something different.
Got to.
So you can teach yourself to do something different. You know, I'm going to say this. I want to do a lightning round. I got 2 questions I want you guys to both answer, right? But before I answer, I want to say that I was going to say this before a long time ago when I think Kai was talking, but I'm going to say it now because I've watched your relationships. I've watched some of the ebbs and flows of it. You know, we have inside information on all of our relationships, right? We're family, right? So I am proud.
So proud.
Of you two in particular, how you've made decisions in your relationships because those were the decisions you wanted to make.
Yes.
There at times was a lot of noise in your ears, me included, a lot of noise in your ears, that could have impacted or influenced you to make a decision that was different than what you wanted. And both of you have, from what I can see, have stood your ground and made choices that you wanted to make. And I admire that. I mean, I can't even tell you how much
I proud of you for that.
And that's an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do, especially if you're already going through a very tough time in your relationship. And of course, you're reaching out to your family. Like that's, for us, it's our family. And you get so many mixed messages, and you really have to like filter through everything and really think about your life and your relationship and what you want. And if there is any growth, and you are the only one that knows that partner the way that you do. So you know if there's going to be growth there. You know if there's not going to be growth. So when you hear so many people telling you yes, some people telling you no, and you have to really just cover your ears and make that decision on your own. It's like sink or swim. It's sink or swim. And so that is a very hard position to be in.
Well, we are so proud of you that you did, because we did the same thing.
But that's why I'm saying it out loud to you, because I saw that. I watched it. I didn't say anything. I watched it and saw it, and I was like, ooh. And in you doing that, because I'm be straight, you know, I probably wasn't not such a good voice sometimes because I'm speaking protective of my daughters. I don't even have all the information. I'm just protecting you. I don't care about, you know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, and I was wrong, you know, or didn't have all the information, impartial, you know, I was partial and all those kind of things. I'm human, but I watched you two make your decisions.
And stick to them.
And I grew because of it.
That's it.
So thank you.
That's a fact. And we've had this conversation because of that. We grew. And parents being parents, but make those decisions, stand strong, and just trust what you want. You have the right to say, this is what I see for my life.
Right.
And,
I loved it.
And we're so proud of you for that.
Yeah, I love the way.
Okay, ask your questions.
So here's 2 questions.
I'm gonna try to keep y'all here till 9.
I'm doing it. And I know probably baby Rocky's probably home. Little Rocky
Where's she at?
Home. So here's okay.
Oh, let her in.
So here's the question. The first one is this. And I'm gonna go to Kai first. I'm pointing to you like this, like you can see me pointing. Right, I'm pointing to Kai first, right? So what thoughts or beliefs keep your marriage strong when things get busy?
The thought that this man ain't leaving. He really liked me. And I really like him, and I like the way he smells.
Boom, boom, boom. What about you, Tori?
I just feel like we realize that our connection doesn't have to be very dramatic and elaborate. It doesn't have to be all that. It could be a simple kiss in the morning. It could be a high five. It could be a text. It doesn't have to be all intimate and romantic. Sometimes it's logistics. Sometimes it's a silent presence with one another. Just it don't got to be all bubbles and roses all the time.
Wow.
It doesn't.
It's just about being. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I love that.
I'm gonna switch it around. We're gonna go to you first this time, Tori. So, what advice would you give couples about growing together instead of growing apart?
This is a hard one for me. So come on with some advice.
You want to go to Kai first?
No, it's okay. I'm gonna come up. I'll start talking and I'll come up with something.
Okay.
But I would say maybe to protect your relationship by not avoiding those difficult conversations.
I like it.
Like avoiding it feel like I'm gonna avoiding it feels like peace to you, but it's really not. It's just it's like it delays your connection. It's like it's going to blow at the end of the day. Silence isn't saving anything. So to grow closer together, keep having those conversations, keep talking, stay in communication with one another, and stop the avoidance.
Love it. Ooh, those are gems. Those are gems. I can't. My fingers don't snap.
You just do this now.
Just do that now.
That's called clocking.
Let's call it. Guys do that.
The boys in my classroom do this.
Man, I must be getting old.
Don't do it. And I will say, just from experience, that people don't necessarily stop loving each other. Mm-hmm. They grow apart because you stop checking in with your partner.
That's
always checking.
Y'all should be paying. Put your Cash App up.
I'm done. Go ahead, Kaji.
Can y'all repeat the question?
So what advice would you give couples about so that they grow together instead of growing apart?
Don't be so extra serious. Relax.
Oh, wow.
Same way y'all was when y'all were dating, and I know we talked about the representative, right? But that representative doesn't really leave. That's still a part of it. That's them, still, right? And that's the best quotations, right? That's the best part, but it's really not. It's just I would call it the base, because as you grow, they get better, right? So just stop being so serious. Have fun, laugh, chase each other around, don't tickle me. Hug, like Tori said, a high five, a kiss, like just calm down, because you want this person. Right? You want this person you want to feel safe with this person. This person wants to feel safe with you. And if we're growing in a relationship, I gotta know that I can have fun with you.
Love it.
Like, I gotta have fun with you. So just calm down. It's not that.
Calm down.
It only becomes serious when somebody makes it serious.
Right.
And sometimes, I would say 90% of the time, it's not that serious. When you look back on all the arguments, you usually laugh at them.
Right.
Because it was never that deep.
Yeah. Have you ever been in the middle of an argument and then you like realize it's stupid and you just start laughing?
Yep, all the time.
All the time. Clarence would make a face and he'd be serious, and I'd be like, and he'd be like, and I'm like, now you know that's funny. And he'll just sit there and then he'll get a smile because you recognize it's not. Now you know that ain't that serious.
Because you ain't going. You say, Tori?
I just said it's never that deep.
Yeah, and you ain't going nowhere anyway. I mean, we.
Right.
Oh, look, Tanya says she'll be right back. She's going to tickle Mr. Morgan. One time, Newton and I was having a conversation, an argument, and I just in the middle was like, "You all dumb and ugly, punk." We start rolling. I used the whole South York. You all dumb and ugly and stuff, punk. and we just start rolling because it's not that serious.
She had to call me ugly though. All right.
This was good.
Rocky girl trying to get in the room.
Let her in so we can say
hi. Break the door.
You try to break the door.
Let her in. We're done. We're gonna.
We can say hi to her.
We can say hi to her.
So thank you guys for logging in and jumping in and hanging with us for this episode of 28 Days of Love.
Yes.
As you can see, we love our daughters and they love us. And ain't nothing none of y'all can do about it.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
So listen, we're gonna get ready to go. I was saying if my granddaughter was gonna, she ain't gonna come in now.
Yeah, she probably mad now.
There she is. Rocky girl.
Hi.
What's going on, Rocky? So you can see me. Yeah, you say hi. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, I
Did
love
you get
it.
your doll? Ami sent you.
I got the prize for you. I got the prize for you, Mom.
Mute her at any moment. Mute
Okay.
her.
So listen, you guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow night.
It's our sons tomorrow.
Yeah,
Conversations with our sons.
So we'll have a repeat of this, but with our sons, and we'll weigh the differences between the two. And you know, we're excited about that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you at 6:30 p.m. on the same places. Launch with Kim and Dr. Newt on Facebook, or Launch 360 TV on YouTube live. So I think that's it for tonight. You guys have any last words? Anything you're doing you want people to know about, or anything like that?
Did you start those businesses back up again with the cake and the?
Yeah, Tori had to.
And
No. I'm just trying to graduate.
Well, when you're done.
Okay. All right.
I was trying to get the cake and the ginger babies back, but you know, I'm gonna hang on tight.
She said, ooh.
Love you, girls.
All right,
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Bye,
Love
Rocky.
you.
Love you. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow for 28 Days of Love. You always steal my nose.
So what's my note?
You got to drop down. I'll show you later.
All right, y'all.
Right, we are back. This is day 2
of 28 Days of Love.
New keeps stealing my note, but I'm gonna let him live. But anyway, tonight is day 2, and we have our beautiful daughters. Conversation with our daughters.
Yes. So we're gonna be getting advice from my daughters about a marriage, about things they've seen and watched, and how marriage has influenced the choices that they make in theirs. So we're so proud of them and the things that are going on in their marriages and their relationships. So we figured if we could have that intimate and transparent conversation online with you all, that you would be able to gain more, from the whole idea of 28 Days of Love.
And also, you'll be able to listen to your children now and not have to wait till they get older. Yes. Maybe they can give you some advice now, or some things now that they're noticing that you can fix now, or you can make even stronger.
Make it intentional as you're impacting them.
Yeah, so join us tonight at 6:30 right here on Launch with Kim and Dr. Newt on Facebook and on YouTube
with Launch 360 Space TV, and you click the live button and you can watch us live 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We'll see you then.